As an expert, I want to know it from you what it actually means, what is the scenario, you can say in the Punjab and globally as well.
Agriculture is the very first profession in this universe they have started, because when they are living in the jungle, there were no clothing, no housing, but food was required. Know that in Punjab, more than 50% people are engaged in agriculture. If they don't have any income from the agriculture, how they can be the buyers in the market for the other product? So they are not the producers, they are the buyers also.
How you guys are handling or tackling these ground problems like groundwater depletion, as you have just mentioned?
We are making aware not only the students, but the nearby villages and farmers by holding the camps that water is a very precious input, and we make them appraise of the different methods how to use water scarcity.
Nano Urea, it keeps on coming in the conversation nowadays.
In the studies in the review literature, there are the things that it can increase the yield by 8%. It can save 50% urea, which was not in nano form but in traditional form. मैं बाहर यूएसए में देख के आया हूँ, मेक्सिको में, उसमें वहाँ तो इसका बहुत यूज़ करते हैं वो लोग, क्योंकि वहाँ फार्म साइज बड़ा है, हमारा फार्म साइज छोटा है, तो इसकी थोड़ी दिक्कत है, मगर फार्मर्स आर यूजिंग. जोर की एग्रीकल्चर नहीं है, अकल की रहती है.
Bharat Vistar, it sounds interesting. What it is exactly? Whosoever is studying agriculture, why he or she should be careful about it. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Aditi. Today we are diving into something that is not just shaping our present but defining our future. From drones in the sky, AI in the soil, and from startups to sustainability, the field of agriculture is evolving faster than ever before. To explore this field more, to know about this field more, we are having with us a seasoned expert, Mr. M.S. Toor. Dr. Toor, it's wonderful to have you here today. Welcome to the podcast.
Okay, thank you.
So it's such a pleasure to have you with us today. Welcome to the podcast. Sir, most of the people nowadays think that agriculture means just being out in the fields. As an expert, I want to know it from you what it actually means, what is the scenario, you can say in the Punjab and globally as well.
Dr. Aditi, actually agriculture is the very first profession which the human being in this universe they have started after hunting. Because when they are living in the jungle, there were no clothing, no housing, but food was required.
Absolutely.
And in the jungles, millions of years ago when they lived there, they started slowly and slowly agriculture. So agriculture is a very basic field and very much required. And during the time of corona pandemic, we have seen that all the other professions, sectors, they have a negative growth. But it was only agriculture which was having a positive growth. It means it is very, very important for the human life to survive, not only to survive, but for the survival of the other industry as well.
Basic necessities.
Basic necessities, no, not basic necessity. All the raw material for the other industries, for the manufacturing industry, that is also from the agriculture sector. And most of the people they think around this only, but you know that in Punjab, more than 50% people are engaged in agriculture. If they don't have any income from the agriculture, how they can be the buyers in the market for the other product? So they are not the producers, they are the buyers also. But the present scenario of agriculture is not very much encouraging, you can say, because of various reasons. Especially in case of Punjab state, underground water table is going down day by day. That creating a problem. We have a very good, you can say, cropping pattern, diversified cropping pattern before Green Revolution, but now we have a monoculture of paddy and wheat. So it has created so many problems on the underground water front, on the pollution front, on the environment angles. So we have to look after all these angles when we are talking about the agriculture sector.
Sir.
Yes.
So now I'm curious that how your department in RIMT University, how your students and you as a guide or mentor, how you guys are handling or tackling these ground problems like groundwater depletion, as you have just mentioned.
In the RIMT, or in our School of Agriculture Science and Technology, we are making aware not only the students, but the nearby villages and farmers by holding the camps. That water is a very precious input. Don't waste it. There are so many reasons for it, and we make them appraise of the different methods how to use water scarcely. तो आपने देखा होगा poly house farming है. It can use only 15% water, 85% water we can save.
Okay.
Drip irrigation, sprinkle irrigation, और एग्रीकल्चर की दूसरी विधाएं हैं, हाइड्रोफोनिक्स है, एरोफोनिक्स है, उसमें 5% पानी की से हम पूरी प्रोडक्शन ले सकते हैं, ज़्यादा ले सकते हैं. सो we are making aware not only to the students about these techniques, to the nearby farmers also. We have adopted 2-3 villages here. We go there and we give the demo to the farmer that how we can save water, which is very, very scarce these days. And moreover, by using those techniques, we can decrease the pollution also to some extent, because no water is outside and over waterization is not there of the crop. So उससे गलना सड़ना वो रुक जाता है
जी.
तो क्रॉप जो है बढ़िया भी होती है और ठीक ढंग से भी होती है और पानी भी बच जाता है. तो हम इसका बहुत सी कोशिश कर रहे हैं RIMT में.
Wonderful, sir. That's a very good information actually for me as well. Even I was not aware about it.
Okay.
Sir, every year we keep on hearing about stubble burning, pollution. Is there any workable alternative or solutions which are being seen for the same problem?
Dr. Diti, actually this stubble burning problem is the problem of management only. Because if you know that underground water is going for last 10-11 years, we have shifted, or the Punjab government had shifted the date of transplanting of paddy.
जी.
Earlier it was in the month of May, now it is after 20th June. So it means that is delayed for more than 1.5 months. Every variety has taken a fixed time to mature. So now, after 20th of June, when paddy is transplanted, it's mature in October, and in October and in November, wheat is to be sown. So there is a very small window between harvesting of paddy and sowing of wheat. So that's why what the farmers are doing to just make farmers free from that stubble, they burn it. If the window is good enough, then they can easily make use of. But now, from the last 2-3 years, that problems have been reduced up to half a level, because now farmers are aware, they are collecting it, various types of machinery is there, which is making it, and they sold out whatever the stubble is there. But even some of the farmers, they are not aware, and they are doing it. Government has tried their level best to stop it by making a law more strict and by penalizing them.
Okay.
But I think if they just give incentive to those farmers who are not burning, rather than penalizing those who are burning, that can work well.
That can work better.
The government should do in that direction. But we are making them aware that there is no use. You are burning your carbon, which is very beneficial for the crop. So you are making the harm to the land also.
So one Nano Urea, it keeps on coming in the conversation nowadays. Is it genuinely making a difference, or it just a hype?
Actually, Dr. Diti, this is a different type of nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, we mostly said it.
Okay.
This is now supplied by the IFCO, Nano Urea. It is just a type of nitrogen, liquid nitrogen. There is no doubt that there are studies in our own school. In the last wheat crop, we have done an agronomic study that it increased the production. So, in the studies in the review literature, there are the things that it can increase the yield by 8%, and moreover, because its use is very much precise to the crop, it can save 50% of urea, which was not in nano form but in traditional form. It can save that much, because that we are using spread method. So some urea is co-based in that form. So this liquid urea or the nano urea is applied to the roots through the water, and this is more beneficial. But the farmer, they have not using it because they don't know it that it is very good for their crop.
So then who would be informing them or making them aware, or who would be educating them for the same?
Yeah, because we have done a research on that. How the difference in nano urea and the other urea. So nano urea plot was having a better yield. So it takes time for the farmers to the when we demonstrate them. So it takes 1 or 2 years when they try to use it. It saves a lot of urea, lot of cost on the urea for the farmers to use it.
नहीं, उसके लिए हम कुछ कर सकते हैं, like you as an expert in this field.
डॉक्टर जितनी बात यह है कि हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी का जो स्कोप है स्टाफ का, बच्चों का, वो एक लिमिटेड है.
जी.
हम सारे पंजाब को या सारे कंट्री को तो नहीं कर सकते. इट इज़ द ड्यूटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट through their schemes, through demos, through multimedia. We have conducted a trial. It was beneficial. The thesis is there in our department. So it increased the yield as compared to the traditional type of yield. So benefit is there. But the farmer, they are not aware that this can be beneficial. उनको ये हाइप है कि इससे प्रोडक्शन कम ना कहीं हो जाए, क्योंकि एक्सपीरियंस से धीरे धीरे वो होगा. गवर्नमेंट को ये करना पड़ेगा. हम भी कर रहे हैं, मगर हम उसको उतना बड़े लेवल पे नहीं कर सकते.
Actually, since long, no, they are using that traditional methods.
Traditional
maybe
method is
maybe
very,
that can
very
be the
old.
reason.
It was came with the green revolution. So mid 60s, since mid 60s they are using that. You just imagine that after 70-80 years,
Yes.
how to stop them?
Yes.
They will stop when they came to know that this is the best alternative. ये हो जाए.
True. Dr. Tur, Bharat Vistar, it sounds interesting. What it is exactly, and why the whosoever is studying agriculture, why he or she should be careful about it or should know about it.
Dr. Diti, actually this is an integrated app launched by the government in February 2026. Recently,
Okay.
it is launched. It is relating to various aspects of agriculture, like advice to the farmers which crop they should grow, when they grow,
Okay.
and like the weather conditions, and moreover market intelligence, like prices in the different markets they are giving, and moreover the government policies.
Okay.
This is in one app, they have given all these things. Even today, just now I have received the message that today there will be a danger of wind and rain and all that.
Okay.
Because
yes, we keep on getting those messages nowadays.
We keep on getting through
Yes,
that
yes,
app.
yes.
Why that is important? Because let's say today I have to do some spray on the farm. Agriculture is in the open. If I know that within the 24 hours there is a heavy rain, then I should stop that.
Exactly.
Otherwise my spray will go waste. पैसा भी जाएगा, लेबर भी जाएगी और दवाई भी जाएगी और वो बेकार जाएगी. तो उसके लिए बना, इसीलिए मार्केटिंग का है. क्रॉप्स के रेट डिफरेंट मार्केट्स में क्या है, तो उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन इस पे आ जाती है. गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज में क्या नया आया है, क्या पुराना है, क्या छोड़ना है, क्या करना है, उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन इस पे आ जाएगी.
Okay.
सो वो सारा कुछ जो है गवर्नमेंट क्या लेके आ रही है फार्मर के लिए, वो एक ऐप के थ्रू है. सो दैट इज दिस ऐप which is very, very beneficial for the researchers as well, for the farmer as well.
And common people like us, those
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are
why
in
not?
the-
Why not?
Okay, okay, we can also use
Because
this app.
everyone is using agriculture products.
जी.
So it means through food, we are related to agriculture. That app is useful for everyone else.
Okay.
So this is that app.
Sir, drones are everywhere nowadays, right? So how they are useful in agricultural concept or agricultural field?
Because in agriculture nowadays, it is not the traditional agriculture. When the farmer is doing everything with the bullocks, with the other implements. Now agriculture become somewhat technical, and that technique is used in everywhere.
जी.
Now daily we are listening that motors are started from home to the mobile, tractors are driverless. In our PAU they have developed one model, tractorless driver. No driver is needed. Similarly, this drone is also new technology used in agriculture. With this we can do the spray. With this we can supervise the crop. With this we can make the photographs of the crop. Because drone is running and far away places we can watch if there is any, you can say, insecticide pesticide attack. Very easily it can be identified through the drone by camera, and sprays very आराम से यूनिफॉर्मली स्प्रेड अपॉन द फार्म. सो हमारे अभी भी इसका यूज़ कम है. मैं बाहर यूएसए में देख के आया हूँ और मेक्सिको में, उसमें वहाँ तो इसका बहुत यूज़ करते हैं वो लोग, क्योंकि वहाँ फार्म साइज़ बड़ा है, हमारा फार्म साइज़ छोटा है, तो इसकी थोड़ी दिक्कत है, मगर फार्मर्स आर यूजिंग इट. सो nowadays I mostly call it that agriculture is not by force. जोर की एग्रीकल्चर नहीं है, अकल की रह गई है. जिसके पास अकल है वो खेती कर लेगा, जिसके पास अकल नहीं है, कम है, वो पीछे रह जाएगा. घर बैठ के भी खेती कर सकते हो आप.
Because it's evolving.
It is evolving. New technology is coming up. तो ये बहुत हो रहा है, और इसके लिए एजुकेशन की ज़रूरत है, इसके लिए बच्चों को नॉलेज की ज़रूरत है, फार्मर को नॉलेज, जो हम RIMT यूनिवर्सिटी में देते हैं बच्चों को.
Drone knowledge.
हाँ, हम दे रहे हैं.
How to use it or how to even.
Yes.
Have your students or you tried to create one?
Yeah. No, they have not tried, because to make it is a work of engineering.
Okay.
Agriculture students, they can't make, but they can use, and they can set it. These specification we require it.
So you can, in collaboration with engineering department and your
we are
department
trying.
can.
We are trying it. We are trying it in the RIMT. तो इंजीनियरिंग वालों से हमारी बातचीत चल रही है कि कुछ वो नया करना चाहते हैं, कुछ हम नया करना चाहते हैं. We are making collaborations.
Okay. That's
We are in the process.
Sir, one very important point which I want to discuss or want to know about from you, that was changing for women in agricultural field. Are you seeing any practical change on the ground as well?
Dr. Diti, actually, if you historically, from historical perspective, see agriculture, it was a women's profession. It was started by the female folk, not by the males. And thousands of years, the women, they have done the agriculture. After that, man came into agriculture. But with passage of time, agriculture, education was not given. If you now see to our school also, to other universities also, more than 50% girls are there into agriculture. So, because they are more sharp, they are more precise, so they are doing good agriculture. लड़कियां ट्रैक्टर भी चलाती हैं, खेती भी करती हैं, प्रोड्यूस बेचती हैं, कंपनी बना रखी है उन्होंने, अपनी अपनी कॉर्पोरेशन बना रखी है. आज एग्रीकल्चर में कोई फर्क नहीं है कि वो मेल है या फीमेल है. उसका दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि मैंने करना है, और उसमें उस तरह की लगन होनी चाहिए. खेती कोई जोर का काम नहीं रहा. सो लड़कियों ने सारी की एग्रीकल्चर ओपन है. वो नर्सरी कर सकती हैं, फ्लावर की खेती कर सकती हैं, फ्रूट की कर सकती हैं, एग्रो प्रोसेसिंग का कर सकती हैं, मार्केटिंग का कुछ भी कर सकती हैं. ये मेल प्रोफेशन नहीं है. सो नाउ डेज इट्स वेरी क्लियर कि एनी टाइप ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर वर्क कैन बी डन बाय द फीमेल एज वेल, और कर रही हैं लड़कियाँ ऐसी बात.
That's good. Dr. Toor, is if somebody is listening and considering this path, why he or she should choose this path, that is agriculture, why RIMT University, and is there any further scope for entrepreneurship as well?
देखिए, इसका बात यह है कि जिसने भी साइंस स्ट्रीम की है +2 में, मेडिकल और नॉन मेडिकल कोई भी हो, ही और शी इज एलिजिबल फॉर BSc एग्रीकल्चर.
ओके.
तो जिसने भी ये डिग्री साइंस में कर ली, क्योंकि आर्ट वाला नहीं आ सकता, साइंस सब्जेक्ट चाहिए, चाहे वो मेडिकल है चाहे नॉन मेडिकल जी. उसके बाद दूसरा क्वेश्चन है कि वाई RIMT. तो देखो, हर इंस्टीट्यूट का अपना अपना रिसोर्स बेस होता है. मैं जानता हूँ बहुत सी यूनिवर्सिटियाँ, बहुत से कॉलेज जो एग्रीकल्चर करवा रहे हैं, उनके पास ज़मीन नहीं है, उनके पास और रिसोर्स नहीं है. मैंने जहाँ देखा है, क्योंकि मेरी तो सारी उम्र ही एग्रीकल्चर में निकली है, तो हमारे पास फार्म भी है, और उसके बिना हमारे पास बाकी रिसोर्सेज जो एग्रीकल्चर के लिए हैं, वाटर है, मशीनरी है, लेबर है, वो भी उपलब्ध करवाती है यूनिवर्सिटी हर एक तरह की. और फिर इसके लिए जो स्टाफ है हमारा, ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द स्टाफ इज PhD, अपने अपने सब्जेक्ट में एक्सपीरियंस टीचर है, क्योंकि ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगर आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस टीचर नहीं है, ट्रेन टीचर नहीं है, तो कैसे पढ़ाओगे? अगर आपके पास फील्ड नहीं है, तो उसको कैसे करोगे? इस बार से तो हम इसका एक और भी एक्सपेरिमेंट करने जा रहे हैं कि हर एक स्टूडेंट को इन द कमिंग सेमेस्टर हम उसको 1 कनाल ज़मीन देंगे,
ओह,
उस पे वो हमारे गाइडेंस के हिसाब से प्रैक्टिकली खेती करेगा,
जी,
और जो खर्चे निकाल के उसका प्रॉफिट आएगा दैट विल गोज टू द स्टूडेंट। वो
ओके,
अपनी पढ़ाई का कुछ हिस्सा भी निकाल, प्लस उसको प्रैक्टिकली नॉलेज हो।
प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर
हमारे पास जहाँ पे वर्मी कंपोस्ट है, एपिरी यूनिट है, हमारे पास जहाँ मशरूम फार्मिंग है, हमारे यहाँ वेजिटेबल है, ऑर्चर्ड है, क्रॉप फार्मिंग है, जो स्टूडेंट जैसी भी करना चाहता है वी विल प्रोवाइड द गाइडेंस, और उसको वो फिर 4 साल में एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा और वो अपना कुछ खर्चा निकालेगा, तो एक तरह का ये स्टार्टअप बिगिनिंग हो जाएगा। और जहाँ तक इसकी अपॉर्चुनिटी की सवाल है, तो एग्रीकल्चर में कोई डर्थ नहीं है पैसा कमाने की। लोग 1 एकड़ में 50 लाख भी कमा रहे हैं जो हाइड्रोपोनिक्स वगैरह लगाते हैं, तो पॉली हाउस में 10, 12, 15 लाख कमा सकते हैं 1 एकड़ में। और जो मल्टी क्रॉप आप कर सकते हो, वेजिटेबल है, कई तरह की और न्यू क्रॉप्स आ रही है, ड्रैगन फ्रूट वगैरह, उसमें बहुत अच्छी आमदन ले सकते हैं। यही नहीं कि वो प्रोडक्शन करके कमा सकते हैं, इसमें मार्केटिंग का अपना स्कोप है, ट्रेडिंग कर सकते हैं, और सभी लोग ट्रैक्टर, सभी लोग मशीनरी नहीं यूज़ कर सकते, तो उसके लिए कस्टमर सर्विसेज खोल सकते हैं। और बहुत से स्टूडेंट ने हमारे अपनी कस्टम हायर सर्विसेज जो है एडवाइस की खोल रही है।
ओके,
वो कंसल्टेंट है फार्मर के, किसी के कोई पता नहीं चल रहा, फार्मर को फीस दे के बुलाते हैं जैसे डॉक्टर को बुलाते हैं
जी,
वो खेत में उनकी देखता है और फीस लेता है, उनको इलाज बता दिया जाता है।
ओके,
प्रोसेसिंग, एग्रो प्रोसेसिंग कितनी है, और बहुत से स्कोप है। अब मैं बाहर की कंट्री में गया हूँ, वहाँ एग्रीकल्चर का बहुत ज़्यादा स्कोप बढ़ रहा है, क्योंकि वहाँ लैंड की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, न्यूजीलैंड है, मैक्सिको है, कनाडा है, अमेरिका है, जितने बड़े कंट्री, इनके पास ज़मीन बहुत है, और वहाँ खेती करने वाला हमारे पीएचडी के बहुत से हमारे स्टूडेंट और टीचर गए हुए जिन्होंने बहुत बड़े बड़े फार्म बनाए हुए। सो इसमें कोई स्काई इज द लिमिट इन एग्रीकल्चर, देयर इज नो डर्थ ऑफ जॉब्स। बैंकों में जुदा जॉब है, कारपोरेशन है, इफ्को है, मंडी बोर्ड है, मतलब यूनिवर्सिटियाँ हैं, कॉलेज हैं, स्कूल्स में भी अब एग्रीकल्चर का सब्जेक्ट आ गया, जो बीएड करके आप वहाँ भी लग सकते हैं।
ample opportunities are there if they
ना
choose this field.
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप मन होना चाहिए कि करना क्या है। चॉइस की प्रॉब्लम तो है, नौकरी की प्रॉब्लम।
Sir, it's amazing to know that how much this field has evolved with time, and thank you so much for all your insights, with all your experience, whatever you have told to our students and the young professional as well. Is there any message you would like to give to your audience?
I only want to say that agriculture is the very, very positive profession. It is a very older profession and very valuable, you can say, because we can't live without agriculture. So that is the message, that love agriculture, because that love everyone.
Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Toor, for coming here today and for making us aware about this field.